Your relationship with sinners enables you to transfer revelation, which gives you the opportunity to lead them to the cross. But you can't show them the revelation of the cross if you're not willing to establish a relationship. So as sowers, you should wake up each and every day looking to connect with people that you can sow into, because that is what God has called you to. You cannot be a sower if you're not willing to get your hands dirty. Behold, there went out a sower to sow. After he recognized his purpose, he went out. But he didn't just go out. He went out with something to offer. The 3 steps to being an effective sower: recognizing that you're called to sow, connecting with people that you can sow into, and lastly, having something to offer those who you have connected with. When the sower went out, he went out with a fistful of seed. He went out in possession of something that he could offer to someone else. The seed had already yielded fruit in his life, so the sower was left with a surplus of seed that he could distribute into his surroundings. Let me show you what I mean. When God created the vegetation of the earth on the 3rd day, he said that it would bear its own seed within itself. It would bear its own seed within itself. That's why when you bite into an apple, you find multiple seeds ingrained in its core. You see, out of one seed comes much fruit, and out of one piece of fruit comes many seeds. Therefore, the fruit is not just fruit, but it's also a seed. God didn't start out with a seed. He started out with fruit because he understood that the fruit is not just fruit, but it's also a seed. This means that the only way you can sow into someone else is if that which was sown into you has already produced fruit. So the increase of fruit in your life determines the seed that you can sow into someone else's life. This is why I'm not satisfied with a 60-fold return. I have to be a 100-fold Christian, because the fruit produced in my life determines the seed that I can sow into your life. With each piece of fruit I have comes multiple seeds that I can give away. I'm not just trying to increase for me. I'm trying to increase for everyone that I'm connected to, because I know that if God produces an overflow in my life, if he blesses me, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, if he gives me excess, my more than enough will provide for someone who has less than enough. I'm not just trying to lead one person to the cross. You know, there's a statistic out there that says 75% of proclaiming Christians will never lead anyone to the cross. That is a daunting statistic. I'm not just trying to lead one person to the cross. I'm trying to lead a crowd to the cross. But I know that it can't happen through me unless it first happens in me. I have to be first partaker of anything I distribute into my surroundings. So it starts internally and then is manifested externally. If it doesn't start in you, it's not going to happen through you. I can't make an impact on your life using the Word until the Word has made an impact on my life. The church world today is becoming less and less effective because we have less and less fruit to show the world, which means we're communicating revelation without showing any results. It's foolish for us to talk about a peace that passes all understanding if we're on the verge of insanity. It's foolish for us to talk about joy unspeakable and full of glory if our faces are as long as the Golden Gate Bridge. It's foolish for us to talk about unconditional love if we just cuss someone out at Kmart. It's foolish for us to say we're blessed if we can't stop complaining. It's foolish for us to talk about how great Jesus is if we only talk to him once a week. The world won't buy into what we're saying unless we can show them the results of the product we're advertising. So if you don't produce fruit internally, you won't have seed to distribute externally. What starts within you is manifested without you, is manifested in your surroundings. Let me end with this. Let me close with this. We are living in a lost and dying world. People are confused and disoriented. That's why you see so many on drugs. That's why you see so many going insane. They're looking for something that can save them. It is our responsibility to carry the good news of the gospel into the highways and hedges. We can't put a padlock on the door of the church and sit quietly until Jesus comes. We have to cross over the boundaries that stand between those that are within and those that are without, with the purpose of bringing others into the joy that we found. Jesus said, blessed was that servant that when his Lord returned, he found so doing. When Jesus returns, he better find us sowing. Because if we're not sowing, we're not serving.